Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're here for another haul. I know, it's been a hot minute, and by that I mean it's literally been like a minute since my last book haul. But I don't know how it happened again. I got a lot of books. Let's go through them. A lot of these are review books, which I'm very excited about. The first book that I want to show you that I got recently is an arc of Girls of Paper and Fire. I know, this is one of my most anticipated reads of this year. I'm so excited. This book is just gorgeous. I can't wait to have a finished copy of it because like look how like shiny and just beautiful this is. So this is from Little Brown, but this is actually from the like Jimmy, the James Patterson Presents things. He also put out the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, in case you guys were curious. That one, and I think Gunslinger Girl. Basically, really big titles that are coming out are coming from James Patterson, obviously. I mean, he like owns the book world. But this just sounds so good. I remember reading a synopsis about this like a long time ago when they were like blurbing some of the really big releases. So this is following Lei, not sure, L-E-I, Lei is how I'm saying it. And she's in the paper caste, which is the lowest and most oppressed class in Ikara, I think is how you say it. But she has beautiful golden eyes. Can't you tell from the cover? Look at her golden eyes. And this has piqued the king's interest. So he rips her from her life and takes her to this palace to be one of his paper girls. So this is obviously going to have a lot of like cultural influence, but it seems like it's going to kind of have a lot of probably some feminist messages going in it, because the paper girls are just girls that get used by royalty, and it says they're easily torn, existing only for others to use and discard, is how the paper girls are described. But the tagline says, but there's something they've all forgotten about paper. It can light the world on fire and make it burn. Oh man, that's a hell of a tagline. I am so excited. So it sounds like it's just going to be like a really oppressive society being torn apart by these girls who are being used and abused, and it sounds beautiful. I've heard nothing but amazing things about her writing, that it's extremely poetic. I already have tabs in this. I have a buddy read scheduled for the end of June, so you guys will be hearing my thoughts on this coming up very soon. The next book I picked up, and you guys have seen this already in my Goats Pick My TBR video, which I will leave linked down below if you guys haven't seen that yet, but this is still wrapped in plastic. I know. It's pretty torn apart now, thanks to Napoleon, but this is a book that I ordered because I think I saw Francine Simone talked about this book, and she's one of those people who doesn't read contemporary but was intrigued by this, and she won't stop singing its praises. So I think this is going to be another really strong feminist book, which I'm very excited about. So this is following 18-year-old Izzy, and photos involving her and a politician's son that are probably pretty revealing and pretty embarrassing are revealed to the public. She becomes kind of like a viral sensation. It basically sounds like a story of a girl whose nudes got leaked and she is not okay with it, and how society reacts to women and treats women, and it just sounds amazing. The tagline is, Izzy's about to find out the way the world treats girls is not okay. It's the exact opposite of okay. I've heard amazing things. It's also a beautiful book. I'm pretty sure this is a UK book because it took forever to get to me, but it just has illustrations all over it. I'm so excited to get to this, so thank you, Napoleon, for picking this for my June TBR. I also received 2 books from Algonquin Young Readers. I requested a book that is coming later in the year, but they seem to have put me on their mailing list because I got these 2 books. So this is called Be True to Me and Tell Me No Lies. These are both by Adele Griffin. So this book is already out, and this is an arc of her newest story. So they sent this to me, and I'm so excited because I am still on my contemporary kick right now, and both of these just sound amazing. So this just sounds like a really fun, summery, romantic read, but it is set in 1976. And beyond that, it just sounds like a fluffy, lovely contemporary, which I am all for. I kind of like going into contemporaries with like a very vague synopsis because we all kind of know the directions it's heading. So this one is set in the 70s, which is super intriguing to me. And then this one is set in modern day following Lizzie, who is emerging from her nerd chrysalis to become a social butterfly. That sounds great. That's honestly the first sentence of the synopsis, and I'm gonna read that. Anything that is following a nerdy girl, I'm on board for. The next book that I have to show you guys is my uppercase book. So this is the book that came in May's uppercase box. This is The Way You Make Me Feel by Maureen Gu. That's a last name. And it came with this lovely little swaggy pin of a little like ice cream truck, food truck type thing. I don't know, I'm really down with it, but it's a lovely enamel pin, which is gonna go with all of my other pins. But this is signed, which is awesome. Thank you, uppercase, and it obviously comes with their letter and with their access codes for behind the scenes content. So this book is giving me the Unexpected Everything vibes by Morgan Matson. So basically it's following 16-year-old Clara, who likes to apparently play jokes on people, and when one joke goes too far, her dad sentences her to a summer of working on his food truck. But she actually was supposed to go on vacation with her really famous social media influencer mother. So her life is obviously being flipped upside down for summer, and I'm very excited to see the direction it goes because it's definitely giving me Unexpected Everything vibes, which was like a fantastic summer read. This sounds like a very similar story, and honestly, I'm very excited for it. And the cover reminds me of cotton candy, so there's that. The next book that I received for review is Empress of All Seasons, and this is by Amiko Jean, and that name sounded so familiar to me. And that is because she wrote We'll Never Be Apart, which is a book I picked up last October to try and read for Spooktober, and I never got to. But this is like a really dark, creepy, haunted thriller horror story. So we're going in a very different direction for this book. So the first sentence of the synopsis pretty much has all the things in it that will make me definitely read a book. So it starts with each generation, a slayer is born. No? Nobody? Okay. Anyway, each generation, a competition is held to find the next Empress of Hanoku. Pretty much any book that has like a generational competition or just like a generational thing or competition vibe, I will read it. That sounds amazing. So basically you have to survive the palace's enchanted seasonal rooms. So there's a room in this palace for winter, spring, summer, and fall, and you have to survive your way through them. That's the most intriguing concept, first of all. That sounds amazing. But we're following Mari, who has spent her life training for this competition to be the next empress, but she has a very dangerous secret. She is a yokai, which means she has the ability to transform into a terrifying beast. So we are going to have some obstacles in this obstacle course for little Mari here, but I am so excited for this. I believe I have a buddy read coming up for this sometime this summer, but I'm so excited for this. This is clearly not the final cover. I'm so excited to see what the final cover looks like because I feel like it's gonna be amazing. But this comes out in November, so definitely keep your eyes out for this one. I will let you guys know what I think of it when I get around to reading it. The next book that I got is The Summer Children by Dot Hutchinson. This is the third book in the kind of companion novels series of The Butterfly Garden, which was one of the most disturbing and amazing books I've ever read, so I kind of just am automatically ordering all of her books. This just came out last month, I believe, or earlier this month. I think earlier this month, in June I got it. But basically, this is a book I'm gonna go in fairly blind on. All of these individual stories basically have very disturbing content. They come with very serious content warnings. The first one blew me away. I haven't read the second one yet, and I clearly just want to read everything she writes, but all of her books have very disturbing crimes or murder or like serial rapists in them. So if you're like me and you hear like triggering words like that and content warnings on a book, you automatically add it to your TBR because I'm just a weird individual. This is a book for you. The next book that I received for review is coming from Simon Teen, and it is Anna Lee in Real Life. And this is by Janelle Malanes? No clue. This is coming out in September, and I am so excited to read this. This is going to be for fans of like Fangirl, Eliza and Her Monsters, anything in that vein. So we're following Anna Lee, who basically sounds like she's kind of your typical socially inept introvert. But basically, she spends her entire life trying to avoid reality in a role-playing game as Kiri. She is a night elf hunter in an online game. So this is going to be kind of like a WoW type game. Oh, look at the pages! I just saw this. They have like pretty things along the edges of the pages. That's exciting. Sorry. Anyway, but basically, this is her living her life vicariously through Kiri, her like online character, and she has feelings for one of the other people who plays this game, and I'm assuming they're probably gonna end up meeting in real life because we all know where this story is gonna go. I'm so excited for this. I eat these stories up. Anything that kind of follows like nerd culture, I'm gonna love it. Anything that especially follows girl gamers, I'm gonna love it. So definitely keep your eyes out for this one in September. I'm definitely gonna read this very soon and let you guys know what I think of it. And the last two books that I have to show you are the same book, but I needed both copies of them. I know, I'm that person. But they are 2 copies of The Poppy War. I am possibly going to do a full review of this for you guys. If you guys are interested in that, let me know down below. But basically, I downloaded the audiobook to listen to this, and it quickly consumed my life. I haven't binged through a book like that since probably The Name of the Wind or Akamath. Those are high standards, people. Like, very high standards. This book is so good. Oh my god, guys. So basically, I downloaded the audiobook, immediately ordered the hardback because I needed a beautiful finished copy to hold and to love in my home. And then my wonderful, wonderful friend who still works at Barnes & Noble had the arc of it and said I could have it if I wanted it. So I was like, yes. So now I have both the arc and the finished copy, which I will hold on and treasure forever. But I don't know how to give a synopsis of this very well, except that it's reminiscent of the writing style of The Name of the Wind and The Magicians. I have kind of come to terms that I need to stop recommending The Magicians to people because it's a very unlikable, dark story, and not everybody's down with that. But if you are down for some very serious content warning, triggering content, warfare, amazing fantasy writing, this is the book for you. I finished reading it and immediately turned it over and started reading it again. I haven't done that in years. I can't get this story out of my head. So I got both copies of it. So those are all of the books that I picked up recently. That is a fairly contained haul for me. Most of those were actually books that I received for review, so my bank account is fairly happy about that fact. So that is going to be it for this video. Definitely hit the subscribe button because I have another haul already in the works because more books are coming my way very soon. So stay tuned for that. Let me know down in the comments if you're curious about any of these books, or if you have actually already read any of these books, let me know what you think of them. And I will see you guys in my next video.